Roam player. Like, what's your take on this?
Hey, again, they know that they are lacking in that crowd control, and they added themselves a hero that has huge crowd control. We know about the revamp, you know, Grok, the AOE now is just amazing, and for the duet with the mid, right? It's good. You combo it with a tectonic charge plus the feathered airstrike. It's going to cause problems for that formation, and as expected, right? The Jushin made it to the side of the TLID. They added themselves another layer of crowd control here with that Lapu Lapu. Arlet Roam though.
So it's but they built the combo with the Fredrin, picking it up so early for the Arlet to be Roam. And for RRQ, a Guinevere last pick that will go to the jungle.
RRQ, the dub. Ladies and gentlemen, Land of Dawn, here we go. That's an early barrier right there from the debut Grok. Let's see. Game 1, RRQ TL. Who strike first in this best of 3?
Let's take a look at the individual lanes here. Yeah, that's going to be great for both of the teams. Mainly for RRQ, obviously, with the barrier there, they should have the winning lane. And Witty, yeah, instantly taken out of the lane. He can't really walk up with the vengeance and poke when the minions are so far away, actually into the turret. Great cut, too. The barrier actually kind of enabled that. And it's a late push from the minions, which means free lethal Wanderer, as we get to see the two young bloods in Rome battle it out. RRQ playing with the tempo, invading, not even just lethal. They're going for the green camp too.
Oh no, that's also a first blood for RRQ. Seems like TL, they couldn't handle, they could not keep up with the early pressure that RRQ is building.
Yeah, I said that it's gonna be a bad matchup. I didn't think that it was gonna be like a first minute, first blood towards Weedy, man. That wall is like walling. And now this EXP lane matchup, Miracle. Res is just is gonna have a field day against a Lapu Lapu.
Exactly. I don't know what the plan really was, and I don't know why they actually, swapped everything so last second, but definitely isn't working to their advantage now. It's just full RRQ as of yet. Emblems by GamesMax. Okay, this is very greedy from Joe. He went for Impure Rage instead of the Concussive Blast up against this kind of composition who's already super online early. You saw how fast they were able to invade in the jungle. And yeah, Guinevere definitely has a bit of an edge, maybe a lot of an edge. Really depends. I actually haven't played the Guinevere in the jungle for a while, but it does seem like he's doing better. Joe still somehow managing to get level 4, which is surprising to me after seeing that early action all for RRQ. But I don't know about contesting for this, Joe.
Seems like Rez is just trying to distract. Oh, Ron jumps in though. No clear follow-up, Ron. All alone. That's going to be Rez stunned up. It's just the Uranus though. A lot of damage taken. Yes, skill on another angle. Zunash will take the purple. That's going to be the decision here. Feather Airstrike committed onto Eskiel, knocking 2 members up. That's going to be Joe hovering around. That's Edok, not level 4 yet though. That's going to be Edok trying to distract Joe, trying to close the window, but that's going to be Joe finding the angle, finding the turtle as well. That's going to be Eskiel taken down, but Joe isolated and will be taken down as well. 2 members were off the board for TL, but they got the turtle.
Yeah, for sure. That's a win for RRQ, man. 3-0 right now on the kill count. Look at the talent prediction, though. It looks like we are all in agreement that RRQ will win. And so far, it looks like it's going to be that. Exactly.
Yeah, great drafts from Keskute here in game number 1. He's really able to dissect everything, though the execution has been quite sloppy. Not from everyone, mainly from Zunesh, who was just so fixated, tunnel vision on Turtle instead of just helping the team go for the fight that was clearly a winning one.
Yeah, for sure, especially when you see Iran and Weedy, they're all rocking a flicker, so it's gonna be an easy punish if you know that they don't have the dashes. Let's see, the RRQ already 1k gold lead in this early of a game. It looks like they want to build more and more with Edok just owning the river for RRQ.
Yeah. A lot of that river control coming from the mid prio that they've secured for themselves, and that's where it comes down to the pick of the Arlet Roam too. A lot of well, a big reason as to why I don't like the Arlet Roam is because you don't have any control in the mid lane for wave clear. You have to send your jungler to walk up on the Fredrin. And I guess it works still, but you can't constantly have that when the enemy jungle is farming, invading, utilizing the mobility to constantly get the edge over you. Joe's already a level down with the turtle, not tail. With the turtle, by the way. So with the second turtle going in favor of RRQ, presumably this is going to build up to a massive lead, and Joe's going to be left so far behind.
Yeah, and Toy knows that as well. I think he wants to be a bit more passive here in the gold lane because he didn't want to get punished, but instead TLID still wants to contest this one. I don't know about this decision.
That's it. That's going to be Violet Requiem connecting SOD lands. A knockup. That's going to be a lot of damage though from the side of TL. Zunash falls first, but Joe will be the trade. No junglers here for this turtle fight. Rez quite lower on, stunned up. Kabuki joins the fight. That's going to be TLID though. Oh, he don't fight the turtle. He will trade his life for it though. As RRQ, they will back off. TL, it seems like we're unable to close the gap. Kabuki clearing the mid waves. Yeah, still looking for a knockup. Doesn't really find it, but TL was able to find the connection. Oh, very low.
Oh my.
But their airstrike doesn't land. Kabuki though, really is bold there with the maneuvers. Rinse flickers out.
Okay, so again, the execution was kind of sloppy for RRQ, but they still somehow wins out in the end. Run!
Almost falling, but still is able to escape. Yeah, more of the same thing. I guess great control for the recovery by Edok to secure the neutral objective. And you can see for the build, at least for Zunash here, he's gone for the brute force. He's basically going for full tenacity. Doesn't want to get CC'd. Wants to be the one to be free around the team fight so that he can win the red trees. And so far, unfortunately, it hasn't really panned out for him. It's also, I think, a rush to Queen's Wings. Or could that be a Winter Crown? It really should be the Queen's Wings. The Oracle for Rez too.
I'm not sure. I think it's more of a Winter Crown coming in from Zunash, just for the potential combo of like, there you go. Okay, gotta wait for a second.
Oh, final slash landing! That's going to be Kabuki sealing it off. A slight miscommunication there as Zunash was overcommitting.
Yeah, at least they got a turn out of it, but that was completely unnecessary.
Yeah.
Yeah, more on that. Well, I guess that's why we saw the keys to victory of having him more on assassins, on carries. On the utility so far, it does look very awkward for him. Not a single neutral objective win. Rins and Toy are the ones left to carry the game currently.
6 minutes and 50 seconds have elapsed in this game, and RQ is leading by a smidge of gold total. It's already spawned for the third one here. RQ, can they be a bit more tactical or strategic about their approach here?
Definitely got to be elusive. RQ, Zunash doesn't really connect with that jump. TLID 5 members already around the river. Zunash targeted here. Stunned up as well. A lot of damage taken. Joe will focus down the turtle. Second one. And Zunash, no real peel, no real cover. And he falls. That's going to be RRQ here repositioning. Rins looking for an optimal feather airstrike moment. But that's going to be the Taconic charge. Saving Grok's life. Rins very low. Mid. Vulnerable. Witty finds the connection to shut Rins down. SOD doesn't land, unfortunately. And RRQ, they are on the back foot.
That jump from Zunash, the initial jump was so bad, but the fact that he just didn't get out immediately is more questionable for me.
Agreed, man. RRQ definitely, you know, miscoordinating a lot of their engages, and TLID are just capitalizing on it. It's not like TLID are they're not forcing RRQ to make these mistakes. RRQ are just very disorganized as of right now. Rez as well walks up, able to buy some time. Well, it buys the bravest fighter, baits it out, but they're not really able to get much. Zunash,
that's a jump, that's a burst, not enough to take his skill down. Zunash now in trouble, taunted. That's going to be the crowd control. Just too much for Zunash to handle. RRQ now looking to reposition. Flicker from Edok seems like will not be enough. He falls as well as RRQ. They are getting dismantled here. TL just in the jungles of RRQ already.
Yeah, I think the idea was good from Zunash, and he was able to spend or like get the resources away from Yeskiel with that Purify, but the follow-up was just not there. RQ needs to be a bit more coordinated with their approach.
At this point, they're really just playing for the late game. Toy has been farming like a monster, already very close to the
Oh.
3-item power spike, but even then, I don't know. Look at the Sky Piercer stacks already coming in for Kabuki. He's already gotten 2 on the board at 9 minutes, which is solid stuff. 1,000 gold lead. Zunesh finally gets the winner crown, which will definitely help him in his endeavors to secure neutral objectives. But I don't know, maybe he should have just waited for the winner crown at this point. He's been going in a bit too ham every single fight.
Yeah. Gotta be a bit more tactical with the second skill, the spatial migration. That's the make or break skill for RRQ's composition. If it doesn't land, it's not gonna work out. Now, the Lord fight is coming up.
Let's see, Zunesh not looking too comfortable on this Guinevere so far. Will he be able to redeem himself? Rez now, half HP.
Man.
Rins, gotta wait. Oh, that's the feather airstrike going down. That's Ron stunning Rins. That's Toy though, finding the kill in the mid. That's the SOD landing on towards Kabuki. That's going to be the SOD as well, dealing a lot of damage. Oh, Zunesh gotta be careful there with the reposition. Very low. So with this, Zunesh will have to go back. RRQ, even though they're a man up, they can't really control the Lord here. As Joe Arani has skill, Witty will be up in 5. Rez now, taunt. That's a taunt. Kabuki now will join. RRQ, do they have enough time now? Rez, concentration pop. That's going to be very low. Oh, Rez, very low. The cancellation. Valorant Requiem finally finds its mark. Joe down. That's going to be Iran now. Sandbagging Iran goes down as well. 2 members of TL eliminated.
Now, finally, some light from Zunesh. Their first, I guess, good play that he made so far in this game. Although the first play that made him so low was kind of questionable. But let's see what he has in store here with R7 watching.
Witty has the flicker final slash. Not enough men though, so I don't think he will commit. SOD lands though. That's gonna be Witty. Stunned up. That's the chain crowd control that RRQ was drafted for, and they were able to connect that one on towards Witty.
Good stuff. Finally, some good stuff from RRQ. Again, you did mention a bit earlier, Sheffin, but now we actually finally get to see how the composition is supposed to work. And turns out it is actually waiting for the power spikes for Rins, Toy, and Rez. All 3 of them need to be online before they go for these big fights. Unless, you know, they win out the first turtle, which they technically did, but they didn't secure the neutral objective. If they did, I think this would be online much sooner. But yeah, I think I gotta give most of the props, not to Zunesh, but to Toy,
Rez,
for being able to farm up so quickly, to become the force that is the carry at this point of the game. Zunesh has to respect that. I think we need to see a lot more of that. But TLID have actually taken an interesting approach to defending the siege. They've gone to, yeah, all in on tier 1 mid, but they've lost their side turrets, which should be good for RRQ. They have the Lord still very healthy. The turret in mid lane will fall in the end, so it ends up being a pretty bad trade.
Seems like they're going to force the base turret takedown here for RRQ. Will it be enough though? Seems like the damage profile from TLID is enough to clear the lower top. So no real threats in the structure of base turrets, but hey, RRQ, you're right. It's such a back and forth game, and it's such a complete game. We get to see a bit of TL, we get to see a bit of RRQ as well in our first game.
Yeah, and the one that makes it back and forth here, I think the most is Rez, because so far, I cannot believe how he didn't die at all with this much CC coming in from TLID.
Agreed.
I guess they don't have enough damage, but he's been the one that, you know, as you mentioned, Gunny, he's the pick-me guy in this case. In every team fight.
He's basically telling everybody to look at him, you know, look at him, go for a lot of these plays, just soaking in as much damage as possible. And that's what he's built to do. Rez doing a good job on the Uranus. And Kabuki actually hasn't gotten more than that, the 20 stacks that we started the game with, technically. I'm going to say started the game because that's where it all started for TLID when they won that big team fight around the neutral objective. Now for RQ, it's a slow game. And for TLID, again, the big question is, can Joe even walk up around the neutral objectives now with all the tempo gone? There's no space at all.
Yeah, it's very minimal space coming in from TLID here, but they're not really down by a lot, though. The map pressure or the map control is surely on RRQs, but we got a game fact here by GoPay. Okay, it's okay. We gotta wait for a second. Yeah, there you go. It's a debut for MPL Indonesia season 16 Grok after last use when Weedy played against RRQ in season 14, I believe.
So that was a year ago, more or less, right?
Yeah.
It's a long time ago, man.
It was a while ago, you know. Top
that
lane,
matchup,
though,
by the way, was won by RRQ.
Ooh, interesting. Interesting setup, top lane.
Yeah, I think they just want to punish Toy, but Edok knows that something is a bit fishy here with the lack of presence in the map from TLID. Good thing, Weedy and Kabuki, they kind of like cycle the recalls. Oh, wait a minute. Do they want to chase?
They're playing the Fog of War. That's going to be a great stun by Weedy. Other airstrike though cancelled. Has the glide. Weedy is A-okay, and seems like it's okay for both teams. Just a flicker popped by Kabuki.
So value. Baiting out the flicker from Kabuki is massive. RRQ literally have to rely on engage to get the flicker, to get Kabuki, but now they don't need to really have any layers of CC. They could just go straight for Kabuki, who's the main carry.
Yeah, for sure. The Grok can just flicker forward. Zunesh, easier time to land the spatial migration. Even Rince, it's an easy punish for him knowing that the flicker is not there with the feathered airstrike. Now, let's see, the Lord Dance, so Toy is still up there, and I don't think there's anything TLID can do about Toy.
He can land the SOD and just join 5v4, 5v5 technically, so TLID, that's the stun, that's a Violet Red Plume, Feather Airstrike, and SOD not landing though, but that will be enough for Joe to be taken down. So now it's going to be, again, just RRQ controlling the Lord. 4K gold lead practically in the hands of RRQ.
And now it's just full RRQ. They played it incredibly again, having that force error up top, and TLID being very indecisive around the neutral objective helped RRQ to get even more of a lead. What TLID could do in that situation, Sheffin, was the question you raised. I think just be decisive and go for the fight, but that would have also ended up with them losing for sure without Kabuki's flicker. So there was really no good answer to the situation, no real solution to the problem. And that's what, you know, resulted in this. RRQ getting a free Lord, getting the turret up top basically taken out already, and having 3 waves building up to push into TLID's base to take possibly game 1.
Yeah, and I just realized something. Weedy, so far he hasn't landed a single solid final slash. This is a concern.
That will be concerning, but perhaps that flicker final slash will be used for defense. Let's see RRQ. They have finally penetrated towards the north side of the base here, but the top base turret will be taken down. That's going to be the Blood Wings here for Yehezkiel. Will that item be enough to at least hold on? RQ will not force anything rash here. They're taking it slow.
As slow as they can. They have all the leads. There's really no risk at all for them. All the risk is in TLID's side, on TLID's side, and again, they've kind of built themselves a composition that is very one-dimensional. Pure team fight. They want to utilize the AoEs in their composition, the constant resets of CC for a roaming Arlet. Again, that has to be brought up. All the CC that they've gotten in their composition is to set up a roaming Arlet. I would love to see the items again and see exactly what Widdy's building, but I'm pretty sure he's not going to be as tanky as, you know, a normal Arlet, and definitely not going to be dealing as much damage as a normal XP Arlet.
Yeah, I don't think he even builds the Fury Hammer just because of the fact that he needs to be a bit more tanky even in the early game. I mean, he got killed in the first minute, man. So he knows what to do with his itemization, but at the same time, he kind of shot himself in the foot. Let's see, though. Looks like map control is once again for RRQ. The long lane, no turrets at all for TLID. So this should be a much easier Lord fight or Lord dance for the King of Kings.
Really should. The far lane's already taken. Really, Toy could actually just play in the side lane and wait for a mistake to happen, which has been the way to go for RRQ. They never really rush into these bad situations or into 50-50s. They always try to win with the advantage they've got. So again, it's all up to the TLID. They have to force a big fight, and the big fight will have to also be a good engage on Rins and Toy, because if they go in randomly to Rez, Zunesh, or Edok, they're cooked. RRQ have all the damage in the world. You can see the items already built up completely, and as expected, Sheffin, it is a Fury Hammer, so at least it does have a bit of damage, but yeah, definitely not the same amount of resources that you would have as an XP laner early game to take the game and, you know, snowball out of control. Zunesh is going to be caught. Has the jump. Cho? Brute forcing his way in.
They want to close the gap here. That's a final slash landing towards Zunesh. That's the jump. That's a Titanic charge. Kabuki, vulnerable, taken down. That's going to be a good two-man stun with the Spear of Misery. Joe isolated. Good night as Rins picks up the double. That's going to be RRQ just applying more pressure on towards the base of TL. Conceal pop. They have a wave in the bottom lane of the map. That will be the structure going down. Great response there. Rins, though, looks from another angle. That's a stun. That's a feather edge strike. Witty not landing his final strike. Has the immortality. Will pop it. That's going to be RRQ now. Just focusing, locking the base. Will it be enough? It will. RRQ finds game one.
And in a kind of a expected manner from the draft, but from that initial